Thank you for joining us on this week's ClubCast. Today we have the honor to have our Director of Education, Tommy John. Tommy has been with the organization, not necessarily Boys and Girls Clubs of St. Lucie County, but he's been with Boys and Girls Clubs movement for over 10 years. We are so very lucky to have Tommy. One of the things that we did when I took over was that we needed somebody who could help us and direct us in education. Because we were really good at the enrichment, really good at building relationships, but we wanted to be a true partner with the school district. And in order to do that, we needed to be able to have somebody who had the fundamentals to get us through that educational bounds that a lot of our kids suffer throughout their day. And how could we bridge the enrichment with the education so that we, as Tommy would say, trick them into learning? And so we have 20 locations, and Tommy gets to manage those 20 locations in terms of the educational processes that we expect at each of those club sites. And so today I'm very honored to have Tommy John here to speak with me about his role as Director of Education.
Yeah,
welcome.
Thank you so much. Happy to be here.
Tell me a little bit about what you do.
It's a lot. How much time do we have today?
Well, we're just going to give him like 7 minutes, maybe 6. Just to kind of walk through, just what is a day for Tommy? I mean, I know you're working through with Youth of the Year. You're working on curriculum for DOE, DJJ, OJP, CSC. You know, just a lot of curriculum that you have and a lot of outcomes that it really is your responsibility to make sure that we're meeting those goals. So just kind of walk me through, what does that look like for you?
Yeah, and so all of our programs are based on the 3 pillars of programs for BGCA, which is academic, character development, and living healthy lifestyles. So what we move towards is a year-long calendar, an implementation calendar for all 20 of our sites. And like you said, I get to spend time with all the club directors. That's one of my favorite parts of my job, is going site to site, meeting the club directors where they are and helping them with what they can do to support all of our amazing programs, not just through BGCA, but also with community partners as well. We bring in a lot of community experts. So one of my visions as a Director of Education is to not do different programs than what BGCA offers, but to support those programs, make them stronger with community experts. And that's really what the movement would like to see as well.
That's great. So talk a little bit about, maybe 1 or 2 of those programs that you really enjoy doing. Then I also want to talk about some flag football, because I just think that's important. Because a lot of people think that, that Boys and Girls Clubs is just a daycare. And we're starting to get people to really see that we're more than a daycare. Mm-hmm. But I know that you met with me and some of the other executive team to talk about flag football. But I do want to talk about a couple of those programs that you're working on, mm-hmm. as well as some fun activities that are going to happen this summer.
Yeah, so like Will mentioned, I've been with Boys and Girls Clubs for a long time. And it's always, Youth of the Year has always been my passion. I worked with youth from Indiana to all the way down here on Youth of the Year, preparing them for speeches, essay writing. And it just really excites me to see the growth of the kids throughout the process of the program. It's a scholarship program where they write essays, collect reference letters, do a speech. And so many of our kids just grow immensely during that process. And that whole program really changes lives. That's what the programs that we do every day at Boys and Girls Clubs do. The schools do so much. We're so thankful for everything that the kids do at school. It's amazing. But we like to support the kids on character development, and like I said, make sure that they're prepared for their future. So Youth of the Year is definitely one of the ones that's near and dear to my heart, and that's one that's been since I came into Boys and Girls Club. A program that's new that BGCA just developed, which we had the honor of implementing at all of our sites, and I believe we're one of the first counties in America to implement this program at all of our sites, which is the Be a Star curriculum. And that's an anti-bullying curriculum. The BGCA, Boys and Girls Clubs of America, has partnered with the WWE. They saw a need there for preventing bullying, and just based on what some of our kids have said, that they wanted that need, and our directors asked for more bullying prevention programming as well. So I thought it was crucial that we implement that program at all 20 of our sites as soon as possible.
That's awesome. And then when you look at some of, people talk about Smart Moves program, Passport to Manhood programs. You do Money Matters. You bring experts in the field of, I know that there are a lot of bankers that come into our sites to work with our kids. I know we have a lot of...
we have a really strong partnership with PNC going right now. They're implementing a financial literacy program at our 21st Century sites where they have volunteers coming in to work with our kids. So outstanding. We have a lot of outstanding partnerships and extremely thankful for all the community support that we have.
That's awesome. We appreciate that. I know PNC did some work for us over at our Infinity Unit too. They put a lot of money in our education room. And so we also work with Bank of America and a lot of other financial institutions. But talk a little bit more about the just some of those enrichment programs that the kids get to do. Because I go to the club sometime. I try to make it to a club at least 2 or 3 times a week. But I'm always seeing kids learning. You take a game like Connect 4, you could learn from Connect 4. Or you take a game like checkers, you could learn from building strategies, to get, to get to the other side. Tell me what are some of the things that are just happening in your clubs that through our enrichment programs that you believe that are benefiting our kids?
Sure. And so, like I mentioned, a lot of our activities really focus on character development, developing soft skills, getting kids to put down the Xbox controller and to have a conversation with somebody. A lot of the things that we offer are team building exercises. So for example, our Triple Play Soul curriculum that we do is based on developing character. It's based on accomplishing tasks as a group. And I really think that that's so crucial because you can have all the knowledge in the world, but if you can't look someone in the face and have a conversation and work on a team, it's not going to get you very far, that knowledge, without personal skills. So I think that that's one of the premier things that we offer is teaching kids how to be a positive member of a team and achieve a group together, or achieve a goal together as a group.
Yeah. I mean, I know that's BGCA, and that's obviously Boys and Girls Club of St. Lucie County the same. So we got a couple cool things. We only have a few minutes left. I want to talk about the summer. I know this summer we have you have themes every week.
We're pumped for summer.
Oh man, Aaron heard about some of the stuff that you're going to be wearing to get these kids to be in a safe place for like 11, 12 hours every day. But I see that you and your team have put together a great calendar of events. You want to talk to the families, the parents, the grandparents out there about some of those activities?
Yeah, so all of our weeks during the summer are going to have a different theme, so it's going to feel completely different week to week. There's going to be different theme activities. Some of them include Water Week. Some of them might include Disney or Old School Week. Some of the activities that all of our field trips are aligned with all the themes as well. So I'm very excited about that. For example, our Disney Week, the kids might be going to the movies to see The Lion King. That's something new that's coming back out, the reboot of The Lion King.
Okay.
Or for Old School Week, we're going to teach them how to roller skate. Some things like that. In addition, all of the club directors, they're going to have freedom to come up with these fun activities that they're going to do. Maybe for Water Week, they're going to do like a water balloon relay or a bucket challenge where they try to fill a bucket of water up and pass it, and they might get a little wet during that time. So, but it's going to be hot this summer, so I think that they'll dry off pretty well. But like I said, all of the weeks of summer are going to be completely different theme week to week. I'm looking forward to a really exciting time. There will be some learning, but it'll be integrated into fun, which is important to me for summer as well.
That's awesome. Yeah. Then I know this year coming up, we're going to be implementing a new flag football team. And I know it's still in the works. I know we're still kind of working through the details, but we were fortunate enough to receive a grant from a gentleman from Kaiser University, Peter, to implement that program. So I'm very, very excited about that. As well as excited about just the overall direction that you have taken your organization from an educational standpoint, from being able to collaborate with different groups throughout the school district and in the community. So I commend you on that. Anything else you want anyone to know about what's going on at Boys and Girls Clubs?
Just that what you alluded to a little bit is that we are working on putting together a comprehensive and in the future year-round athletics program as well. And we're going to kind of kick that off this summer with our flag football. It's going to kind of be the teaser for what we have to offer for our athletics programs. There's going to be teams at every single site. Sign-up information will be coming out soon. The kids will get 8 games throughout the summer. They'll be coached by qualified coaches. There'll be awards. There'll be T-shirts. It's going to be a real fun time. So if you're looking for something different to do, and your kid loves football, or if they don't even love football, it's a skill developmental league, and I think that's so important too. Is that it's not competitive. The score will go back to 0-0 each quarter. It's about learning the important skills: passing, catching, where to be on the field. So that's what I'm really excited about that. I've had the experience to run athletic leagues like that up north in Northwest Indiana and Chicago area as well. So I'm really excited to bring that down here. I run leagues of 200 and 300 kids, so we should start off strong, and we're going to get that momentum rolling for athletics in St. Lucie County as well.
That's awesome. So you can see here, I got Tommy John here, who is our Director of Education, but a very well-rounded Director of Education, who is allowing our kids not just to get educated, but do it in a fun and be around healthy adults who really care about their future. Thank you again, Tommy, for joining us.
Thank you.
We'll talk to you soon.